Hi, folks. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, when or wherever you may be. Now, folks, today I'm going to watch a little video with you to debunk a couple of myths that are going around about the EU online market becoming more expensive, having to pay more for your packages, and I think it's only fair that we should simply watch who knows about it. What are the real consequences and why this is happening? I have here for you a video from Euronews that we are going to watch, and it's the Cube. It's a program that they have where they debunk or explain a lot of myths that go around unchecked in social media, and that sometimes afterwards lead to the wrong conclusions to people. I have found this to be true in a lot of situations. So let's watch the video and then we can have a chat about it. Okay, let's walk.
Welcome to the Cube Euronews' fact-checking show. Shopping on Shein, Temu or Amazon is now more expensive in the EU. That's the claim that's been circulating since the 1st of July. The European Commission has introduced a temporary €3 duty on low-value parcels entering the EU from outside the bloc, and it applies to each distinct item type worth up to €150 that is bought online and shipped directly to consumers. Brussels says it's about creating fairer competition for European businesses. Critics argue consumers will end up footing the bill. The European Commission told us that consumers are not legally responsible for paying the duty, and that it's up to sellers to decide how they will absorb the cost. So while it's true that customers are not legally required to pay the extra duty, according to Euro consumers, the reality may be very different in practice. As Olivia Brown told us, when a new cost is added anywhere in the supply chain, companies rarely absorb it entirely. Instead, it often ends up being passed on to consumers. We put it to the test by ordering a product on Amazon from outside the EU to Belgium. At checkout, the platform added an import charges duty of €3 on the item ordered. But some platforms, including Temu and Amazon, are reducing the impact of the new rules by shipping goods from warehouses already located inside the EU.
So Temu put goods themselves in local warehouses. They come by boat and they are imported in bulk. And these web shops pay wholesale prices, not retail prices on what the value for the consumer is, but wholesale prices. And that means that it's much lower than the taxes that they would have to pay on the packages if they go straight to the consumer. So basically, they've been preparing for this.
This reform is temporary and will apply until the 1st of July 2028, ahead of the EU customs reform, when a new customs system is expected to replace it.
Now, folks, let me start by the end and explaining this to you. Those warehouses that are operating inside of Europe, meaning where Temu or whoever places their products, they have already paid taxes to enter. Those warehouses are paying rents, and rents pay taxes. Or if they are if they are owned by those companies, they pay taxes on the property also. Meaning, having these warehouses inside of Europe is not bad for business. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? We don't lose money. And this is precisely the question. And also to increase the competitiveness of our own home-based producers. Because this way, if, for example, these warehouses are paying taxes here, those taxes can be used to help the companies inside of Europe that are selling things. You have to look at this from an economic and mathematic perspective. I know what you have been listening to, and I know for a fact that it has happened to some people, but the moment that you order something from inside of the outside of the EU, that little fee will appear. Well, do what I do and shop in online shops right here in Europe. For example, I go to Vorten, or if I go to one of these, like Temu, I don't think I ever ordered something from Temu or something like, or even Amazon. Amazon, I think I ordered something one some time ago, but I usually don't use them. But if you order something from these platforms, one way or another, your state is going to get the taxes. And you have to remember those taxes are used for your own well being, they are used as funding for your state. And if look, and I have absolutely no issues if Temu has warehouses or Amazon has warehouses or whatever, as long as they pay their taxes. The key issue here is this: taxes, taxes, money. Okay, this is the issue here, and people have to understand this. You cannot, for example, all of the sudden have a large and strong enough manufacturer to compete with a factory in China. That is simply not possible. You don't have the manpower and you don't have the economic resources because the salaries are higher. And one day, it will be the turn of China to be flooded with goods from somewhere else. This is cyclical. I saw this happen. Okay, I'm not that old. I saw the Japanese started flooding the market with their stuff. Then I saw other actors coming in and flooding Koreans, for example. This is something that happens cyclically. Okay, one day this country, because it has the right economic factors, is on top as the workshop of the world. Call it whatever you want. The other day, another country will take its place. This is natural. But having the control of your economy means having the control on the wealth that is produced in your country, and that a part of it might go somewhere else, but not before you take your cut, your taxes. The same taxes you would charge your national companies. And people have to think about this. I keep saying to people that the economy is not that hard. It's not that hard to understand. As long as you have laws that protect the state, that protect the integrity of the society and of the systems in the society, like the taxing, like all of that. As long as you have that, you have security. You don't have security in places like in the United Kingdom, where people, companies, foreign companies, are able to siphon all of their wealth outside of the country because the government, and I have not seen Andy Berman talking about it, I just heard him mention some kind of a wealth tax, but that is not addressing the problem, okay? There are plenty of foreign companies in the EU. I will give you an example of my country. There are plenty of foreign companies operating here, but they are following the rules of my state. They are paying their bloody taxes here. They are making business, and it's good for me and for everyone here. What's wrong with that? We are not, I saw the Americans think we are communists. We are not bloody communists, okay? We are social democrats. It's an entire different thing. In the United States, you are being drained of your wealth too. All of those family farms that are going to those big farms, all of the wealth that those farms will be producing, it's not going to stay in the United States. It's going to go somewhere else through uh, accounting alchemy. But most of those companies, they don't pay any bloody taxes. an average person, an average citizen that works a minimum wage for a minimum wage, I don't know, flipping burgers, which is a job honored like any other job. That person pays more taxes on their income than someone like Elon Musk. Think about that. And why? Because of the system of taxing. Even here in Europe, it needs to be harsher. I hope that when they do this new customs revision in the customs in the customs union, I hope it gets even harsher because we need harshness. You cannot play around with these things. You need to have. I'm not talking about having draconian laws, okay? But we need to have some sort of integrity in the law system to allow us to protect our own democracy and our own existence. This is an existential threat. And as time goes by, China, United States, and other actors, they are becoming existential threats to our way of life, as Europeans. And look, when I say Europeans, I'm including United Kingdom too, because you got yourselves in a pickle because of this shit of Brexit, and you need to end this shit. You cannot keep finding your Messiah. Your Messiah was Stammer. Now your Messiah is Andy Burnham. No, you don't need messiahs. You need to reform the bloody system itself. You want to keep your king, keep your king. A lot of European countries have their kings and queens. Nice for the photo op, and just because it gives some kind of a sense of wonder to people that I don't understand, because to me that's completely, the concept is alien. I don't believe in better than us and all of that shit. That's crap for me. To me, everyone has to be treated as an equal. That is the only way of being, but that's a subject for a long video. But in the United Kingdom, you really need to take care of that, man. You cannot look. Now you're going to vote for Andy Burnham. I have heard some things about his projects, about what he's going to do. But you want to know what I have not heard? Just like I have not heard from any others. Okay, those idiots in reform with Farage, he's coming down like a brick of stones because of all the shit that he's been doing. Now the latest one is attacking people that speak in non-English languages, in Celtic dialects. Fuck's sake. But I don't want to give any airtime to that guy. But you need to get rid of those people. You need to get rid of all of that. And I'm not get rid of. I'm not talking about disrupting society, burning things, hurting people. No. You have to start to get politicians that do what you want. The UK, one day, I think, this is my personal idea, it will be in the EU. Will it be a United Kingdom? Will it be the four countries that compose the United Kingdom? Will it be just Scotland? I don't know, but sooner or later all of them will drift to the EU. Because this is an existential threat, like I said. When you have your backs against the wall, you don't break the shield wall. Remember what the ancients used to say. A shield wall is never stronger than its weakest link. No, you stand together like a shield wall. And this way, you defend yourselves. Even if you don't like your partner, but you stay with him. Because you are defending yourselves. And, well, folks, This is all I had to say about this. Please don't let yourselves be fooled by all of the panic, by all of the rhetoric, because that leads to absolutely nowhere. That panic only leads to confusion. Confusion only leads to lies, and lies only lead to someone controlling you. See who has been talking about that. See who it is benefiting. Because there you will find the origin of the rumor. I'm not saying this is perfect, the law. Some people you are going to pay an extra €3 on your small parcels, yes. But think about it this way. Those €3, they are going into the state. And I know a lot of people don't like to pay taxes. Me neither. But it's a necessary evil. You need to pay taxes. A society needs to work. Even us introverts, I'm also a bit of an introvert. Okay? I don't I'm not shy about it. I speak about it. I talk with people about it. I'm more expensive here than I would be in real life. I'm a person that is not very social. But we are all a part of a society. Human beings are gregarious. Okay, we are not lone wolves wandering in the wilderness. No, that's not us. We are gregarious people. We live in groups. We live in communities. This is how we live. And this is our nature. And it's not good to deny your own nature. It's not good to deny yourselves. It's not good not to face who you are. And none of us are special. We are all special. Understand? Folks, have yourselves a good day, good afternoon, good evening, when or wherever it may be. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos, to listen to my words. I hope this is at least food for thought, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, folks. Okay?